All right, Dalia, thanks very much for joining. I'm really happy to get together with you today and talk about performance and specifically morning routines. The whole idea of this is, to share morning routines and the specifics of it in order to help and share that information to help other people around how you might be able to change the beginning of your day to create a better day and a better week.
Well, Chris, thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm happy to share what worked for me.
Oh yeah, awesome. So, I mean, we've worked together for a long time, and it's funny. Not until recently did we have a chance to kind of talk about performance in those morning routines.
Yeah.
And you had kind of an interesting perspective on, how it started for you, and would you be able to share some of that?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, it all started with COVID, actually, because as everyone knows, a lot was changing at a very fast pace. And in the mortgage industry, we were also dealing with a lot of changes from a lender standpoint. Clients needed answers, just a lot happening and coming at me and my team at a very fast pace in a very short time period. In addition, of course, to changes at home because the kids are here. So I was basically looking for ways to stay sane and to manage my day and be in control, because that's what we needed to do to stay focused and make the right decisions. There was a lot of noise also in the news, a lot of negativity. So I was looking for ways to stay sane and calm me down and help me make the right decisions. And this is where I started looking for mentors, online mentors, reading content related to meditation, performance, and that's how it all started.
Oh, nice. And isn't it funny too, right? Like when the pressure or the adversity increases is when we need to do this stuff the most, and it can often be the most difficult to find the space and time to be able to make it happen, right?
Yes, yes. I mean, I should have started this long ago.
Right.
But sometimes, you're focused on other things. But until the pressure came my way, very intense pressure, I had to find better ways of handling my days.
Yeah,
And that's where I was forced, in a way, to actually adopt some new approaches to how I manage my day
yeah,
from
yeah,
the minute I wake up.
yeah, perfect. And you mentioned some mentors and some sources. Can you share kind of the influences?
Yes, yeah. So I started reading books and listening to online video content by three mentors in the field of performance and success and consciousness. And primarily, I'm listening to Robin Sharma and Darren Hardy and Eckhart Tolle. And Robin Sharma basically talks about the importance of focusing on what he calls your internal empires: health set, mindset, soul set, and there is a fourth one. Basically, your power and performance and control comes from taking care of the internal before you actually are able to control and perform, externally. And then Darren Hardy used to manage the Success magazine. So his philosophy is a lot around what you could learn from successful entrepreneurs, and how do you actually manage productivity, achieving more while working less, and the power of focus and the power of taking care of yourself. Um, like athletes, you take care of yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, and you go into these zones of performance, and then you have to actually, enjoy life a bit to recharge, and then you continue again. So that's on the performance topic. And then Eckhart Tolle, I've been listening to him because, and I've listened to his books many times, and I never understood what he's talking about. Not a word. Like I've listened before, and I go, okay, I don't really understand what he's talking about. But this round, I got to see exactly what he's talking about. It's all about elevating your consciousness, being present, in everything you do. We have so much distractions, and we try to multitask and do all of these things, and end up doing an average job because we're not present in anything. So it was it's and that's what I'm learning through listening to his teachings, consciousness, and which makes you happier, which actually helps you enjoy the moment and be in the moment, focusing even on performing in that moment.
Yeah.
So that's the content that I've been reading and following since COVID started.
Oh, nice. And it's so I read actually listened on audiobook to A New Earth, I think probably about 5 years ago the first time, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. And as is often the case, I took a ton from it, and that was great. Whatever I was able to absorb, I did. But then I left it for far too long, and it's funny you mentioned that. I just started listening to that audiobook again. And so Eckhart has a few out there. A New Earth is phenomenal.
Yes.
And as you know, it's in a Q&A format, and I swear he's like 5,000-6,000 big steps ahead of society, I think. Like, in every sentence he says in that book, I swear you could stop and just let it absorb for a week, right? Like, just to try and get the full impact. It's he's phenomenal.
Yes, every word has a deep meaning to it. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, he's pretty incredible. So yeah, like, and so I've read Sharma. I think it was the monk who sold his Ferrari, right?
Yes.
But he's got a few things out as well, right? Not just that.
Yeah, he's got the 5 a.m. club and some other publications. Sharma in particular is big about waking up early, starting your day early. And this is what he talks about in the 5 a.m. club, rising with the sun, and basically spending 20 minutes moving, then 20 minutes meditating, and then 20 minutes growing. And then he advises that you start your day, the first 90 minutes of your day, focusing on the things that are most important to elevate your business or to elevate your life. And often the things that are most difficult are the things that are most important, that will make the biggest impact in our lives. So consciously saying, you know what, okay, beginning of the day, you focus on yourself, you focus on your mind, you focus on your health, and then you start your day focusing on the one most important thing to help elevate your business or your life. And then, you focus on everything else. Sometimes we pay attention to the things that squeak the most, and text messages, distractions, urgent this, urgent that, and they're not necessarily the most important things.
Yeah. It reminds me of Stephen Covey's 4 quadrants. He kind of divides things up into 4 quadrants of urgent and important, and the bottom 2 quadrants, you just shouldn't be there at all. The top quadrant is both urgent and important, and the top left and the top right is important but not urgent, right? And so that kind of the most important things, right, to move the needle in your business and actually attain growth personally or professionally is in that top right hand bucket. And I think you're dead on, right? If we don't make room for that stuff and probably find the best place for it in our day, then we'll end up firefighting all day, every day. And that can, as we know, can kind of lead to unhappiness and burnout and not a good place to reside on a permanent basis, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's these are the things that I've learned, and I'm implementing them, and they're actually working.
Oh, awesome. And so maybe if you would share some of your morning routine, like what those influences, what have you found is working for you?
So morning routine, you get out of bed. I used to get out of bed and look at my phone right away. I stopped touching my phone before going to bed and waking up. I just stopped touching it altogether. In these, like, beginning of the day, end of the day, I don't touch my phone. So now I wake up at around 5:30, sometimes 6 o'clock, but around 5:30, and I start by drinking a glass of water with lemon, and then doing just a 15-minute intense workout. So burpees, push-ups, carry some weights just to bring my heart rate up while brewing my coffee. And then I have to have my coffee. Then I sit down, have the coffee, and basically start the growth component, which is the self-development component. So I do the meditation towards the end, but the self-growth component, which is listening to, again, some of these teachers about success, about how you elevate your performance, about how you can control your mindset. And there are techniques. We hear all the time, but they actually break it down into nuggets, and that's some of the biggest learnings for me. Then the last 20 minutes is the meditation component, which is really, for me right now, it's listening to Eckhart. It's really taking a walk with my dog in the woods in the morning, and listening to the consciousness book, and just breathing and enjoying the scenery. And then I come and focus my day, the first 90 minutes, on the most important task that I know will make ripples in my business. And then I've learned also to block times on my calendar. So every Sunday I look at the calendar and I blocks of time for the entire week of what am I gonna dedicate time to. So I see where my time is gonna go for the entire week. So after the 90 minutes, I basically tackle the first block on my calendar.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Isn't it like, and I don't know if it's the same for you or not, but that exercise of blocking out those time windows where you're going to be able to get to the stuff that really matters, from a top right hand quadrant perspective, from a growth perspective. And for me, if when I'm disciplined enough to do that, and it sounds like you're more dialed in on that than I am, but when I am disciplined enough to do that, it actually creates a stress relief, right? Like I know that there's going to be periods of the week that are solely dedicated to that purpose, and that is like really fulfilling. It's comforting, right? It's reduces stress.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's the morning routine just gave me clarity and energy and focus, and I'm actually happier.
Oh, nice. So I mean, from when this started and the stress accrual, how, on a scale of 1 to 10, I guess, if you want to do it that way, what would you say is the impact of those changes in terms of your fulfillment, happiness, stress relief?
Stress relief, very, very high. Happiness, I feel a little bit happier, but I've always been happy. So it didn't like change me from being a miserable person to a happy person, but it just gave me the opportunity to reflect more, and be grateful for the little things. That's really what it did. And then in terms of performance, definitely a huge impact on performance. I am able to achieve more in my day. I'm able to get to things that I haven't been able to get to for months. And also, I feel that when I am working on something or talking with a client, I am much more present in that moment, that I get more out of it. So, that for me is huge.
Yeah. Well, and for both of us being in a service-oriented business, right? Like it really punctuates the need if the more we're able to kind of keep ourselves in balance and well taken care of, the more we're able to, exactly like you said, to be present and to provide that service at that top level, right? It's huge.
Yes. Now I'm able to manage the client relationships better as well, because this is a difficult time for many clients. And by me building my internal strength, mental capacity, emotional capacity, I'm able to support clients a lot better at this time. And in many instances, wow, okay, this conversation really, really helped me out. I know now clearly what I'm going to do, or it's really not as bad as I thought, because there is so much noise, there is so much negativity, and everybody is dealing with the same thing. So I find that that's helped me service our clients better and help them also, clear the noise to make better decisions.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. Because the service that you're talking about isn't just crunching the numbers and making the deals happen for them. It's more than that, right? It's a strategic partner basically that is present and there and helping them get through a very difficult time. That's phenomenal.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, sometimes they say your transformation comes when you deal with something difficult, not
Mm-hmm.
when things are easy. And I feel that's what happened. I did go through some transformation in this period, and that is going to stick with me. It's not a one-time thing. This has become a routine. It's become everyday, practice that is really adding up in a profound way.
That's awesome. And the thing I love about it too is that this isn't, something that, if you have $10,000, you can go buy it and then get this positive outcome. These things are decisions and habits and discipline that is there for any of us at any time, right?
Absolutely. It's just, are we ready to listen and ready to learn? Because there are many times where you see content, and the content is out there. Like, there is a lot of great content out there on how to meditate, on how to, enhance your morning routine, on how to elevate your performance. But sometimes you read and it passes. It does not stick unless you are there to learn and listen. And that's when you go, oh, okay, I read this before, but this time I get it.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's because I was hungry to find ways to actually manage better. I was paying so very close attention to what I was learning, and therefore it just clicked.
Yeah. That's amazing. Well, thank you so much, Dalia. I just love that you took the time out to share this information, and I'm sure it's going to help some people. So thank you very much. I really
You're
appreciate it.
welcome, Chris. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.